In this lesson, I'm going to be providing you a quick overview of some of the resources and tools that we're going to be using within this course in order to create HTML code. So the good thing about HTML code is that it actually just runs in your browser. So HTML, CSS, which is used for styling of web pages, and JavaScript, which is used for create dynamic interaction for web pages, all of this gets rendered out and run through your browser. So you don't need any special tools in order to create and practice HTML. So that's really the good news. And as a matter of fact, as long as you've got a Chrome browser, you can actually create and update your HTML code directly within your browser. So the first thing that we need to do is actually create an HTML file, and we're going to start out by creating index.html, and this is going to be essentially our default file that the browser is going to know to go to and render out a content within our web page. So we're going to be showing you how to create your own index page within the next lesson. So to finish off about the different tools that there are out there, so there's a lot of different free editors. You probably already have something on your computer right now that you can use in order to render out and create HTML code. If you're looking for a good text editor, which is open source, provided by Adobe, so no cost to it, and it's a really good editor when you're starting out, and you can create a lot of really cool things with this editor. So as you can see here, you can write some HTML. You can also update your CSS right within line and a whole lot more. So this is available at Brackets.io, and I am going to be using Brackets.io, my Brackets application within this course as well. And another really good resource that I'm going to be using is CodePen.io. And the really cool thing about CodePen is that it allows me to write HTML code, and I can actually see it rendered out right within the page below or within the display area. And as mentioned before, CSS and JavaScript are also available within CodePen, and whatever we're typing within our CSS. So after you look at HTML and you understand the basics of HTML, you can progress to CSS and add in some styling, and then of course JavaScript for some dynamic interaction. And as you can see here, we're focusing on HTML within this course. So I've got some basic HTML in there. I can also change the views here. So if I want to have a side view here in the display area here on the right hand side, I can do that as well. You can also minimize the CSS and JavaScript and really focus just on that HTML. So then as you see, whatever you write out here on the left hand side, then you see being displayed here within the right hand side. So any changes or any HTML syntax, and of course we are going to be covering this H1, so this is heading 1. So there are different types of headings, and these are just pre-styles for the output text. And as you can see, once I type that here, shows up here on the right hand side. You can also save here on CodePen, and this gives you the ability to access at a later point. Just keep in mind if you're using the free version that this is publicly accessible. So basically, these are the resources that we're going to be using. So CodePen and Brackets.io, and we're going to be creating out, and also Chrome as our browser, and these are the only tools that we need in order to show you and demonstrate how you too can start writing out your own HTML code. So in the next lesson, we're going to dive right in and start looking at creating HTML code and creating our first HTML template.